I should probably pull over to film this, huh? Oh wait, I can just... 2020 has been a year full of really insane milestones for me. I graduated high school, and then I got into fashion school, and then I signed with a goddamn modeling agency. But the craziest thing that came out of 2020 for me was probably the fact that it was the year I got my driver's license, which is something that I genuinely never ever thought I would do. From the ages of like 16 to 18, I was perfectly content with just letting my friends drive and me sitting in the passenger seat. And then if I really needed to walk somewhere, I could, because I live close enough to do that. But then when 2020 began and quarantine started, Corona began her reign, and driving kind of became a necessity for me because I needed somewhere to go outside of my house. Flash forward about a year, here we are with this car of my own. That's my angel, my baby. And I now have a license too that I never thought I would get, but here's how. Where to begin? On my 15th birthday, I took my permit test for the very first time, and in the course of like 2 or so years, I failed that shit 6 total times. And then I finally passed it on my 7th try. That's something I've like never said out loud. That's not true. Yeah, I passed my permit test on my 7th try, which is not good, but I'm sure it's not hard to understand my thought process of, if I'm that bad at something and it takes me 7 tries to at least like pass a test or whatever, then I have no business being on the road. I have zero business trying to drive.
Like, I'm a danger to myself, the people in the car with me, to the people in the road around me. Like, I was like, no, like, I can't do this. I don't need to drive.
But then when 2020 began, and shortly after Corona began its hellfire reign over the earth, I realized that like I kind of need to. And I also figured what better time to, because after finishing my high school classes in May, I had so much free time, and I just had nothing else to do, so I was like, I might as well, like I have nothing else to do. And so I started practicing driving like in like May or June. Throughout the entire summer, I was practicing driving with my mom, and like in parking lots and on the road, like on my neighborhood roads or whatever. But then in August, I sat down with my mom, and I was like, Mom, I'm ready to take this test. And so she drove me to go get it one day, and I took the test, and I passed that shit on my first try. I passed the driver's test on my first try. The permit is another story. But I passed my driver's test on the very first try, which is... I really could not believe it. I still can't believe it, to be honest, because I deadass really never thought I was going to be getting my permit or my license or anything ever, because I didn't think I would ever need it. So then probably like a month or so after I got my license, my mom and I went to get my car. It's so cute. This is the car that I'm in right now. I took in great care of her. She smells amazing. It's just the cutest thing. It has like 2-tone leather. You can probably see it's like dark brown and black. Like, it's so good. I love it so much. And then like red stitching detail, like... I love this car so much. It's just amazing to have the freedom that comes with having a car, especially because it's something I never thought I would get. It's just my safe space. This car is my safe space. My friends used to tell me that all the time whenever they were like trying to convince me to get my license, because I needed to get my license. They'd be like, a car is a safe space that you can just go whenever like you don't want anyone to bother you. You can like drive to wherever you want, well, within reason, and you can just like go get food if you want to, go get coffee if you want to, like whatever. It's just a great safe space that I would always be like, yeah, I know, like I just like, I'm built different, I don't need that. But now that I actually do have this car, I understand exactly what they meant. I also realized that in retrospect, a lot of the problems that I had in high school and stuff would have been not easily fixed, but they would have been a lot less intense if I had this safe space that I have now. If I had the ability to just like drive and go blast my music in my car while I was going through some of the shit I was going through like in high school, it still would have sucked, but it would have been so much less, I would have felt so much less trapped. I forget what it was like to live life without it. At the very end of 2019, right before 2020 started, 2 or 3 of my friends, we all sat down and watched all of the Star Wars movies for the first time. The quote that Yoda says, where he's like, do or do not, there is no try. That had never made sense to me before. Like, I just didn't get it. I didn't like realize what it meant or like what he was trying to say, because Yoda speaks all weird, you know? But then when I watched it in context, like in the movie, I was like, oh, he's saying either do something or don't do something. Don't like try anything. Like, do it or don't do it. Because my issue my entire childhood has been procrastination, because I'm so good. I used to be the master of procrastination. And I went into 2020 with that thought in mind, with that quote in mind, and it really, really fucking helped me get over that procrastinating thing. Something ignited in me. Yoda ignited something in me the way he ignited something in what's his face. I just finally figured out how to stop procrastinating and do the shit that I've been meaning to do for forever now. Then at the end of 2020, whenever like the Spotify Wrapped comes out, like at like the in December, the song "Do It" by Chloe and Halle was number 2 on my most played songs of the year. So I realized, I was like, my word for this year, for 2020, has been do. Because 2020 was the year that I just finally did stuff. Like, I stopped procrastinating and I just started doing stuff and stopped wasting time, and I stopped being all in my head about it. I just started doing it. Just like Chloe and Halle said. Thank you to Yoda, thank you to Chloe and Halle, thank you to the universe, thank you to literally my mom, literally thank you to my friends. 2020 has really helped me realize how lucky I am. Like, lucky and how privileged I am to like live the life that I live, and to have the problems that I have, and have the goals that I have, and like have those goals be at least somewhat attainable, because not everyone is that lucky. And I think gratitude is another thing that helped me get over the whole hump of like procrastination, because it was time for me to stop wasting my time and to do what I can with what I've been given, because I think that's something that kind of comes with turning 18 and becoming an adult too. But I don't know what my word for 2021 is gonna be yet, but I guess that's kind of the beauty of it. That's something for a year from now, Daniel, to figure out, you know what I mean, to decide what he learned in 2021 or whatever. Do y'all do that too, though? Or like, do other people do that? Yeah, it's like setting a New Year's resolution, I guess. But it's not like you set it, you just like realize it after the year's over. I don't know. I am so excited to see what 2021 has in store for moi and see what happens, because ideally, fingers crossed, 2021 is the year that I'm moving out of my hometown, finally. Hopefully, if given Corona, whatever happens with her, but I can't wait to document it too with this. I have so many ideas. I'm so excited for these videos. It's such a great creative outlet. Every time I make a video, I always like get all reflective at the end, because I just learned a fucking lot. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I'm just very thankful for the shit I have, and the opportunities I've been given, and the things I've also manifested myself, I guess. But just like, it's hard to be sad whenever I think about all the stuff I've got, which is really crazy, because I never thought I'd be saying those words. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that 2021 treats you amazingly, like you deserve. Oh my god, I look so beautiful. Okay, bye. Hello, Carl. I've got to switch places, love. Ow, Jesus. I hit my head. It's just so good. And it just feels so right and so me. I just love my car. I'm so thankful for this car. I'm getting emotional. I'm just kidding. Okay. Ow. Oh my god, okay. Ow. Oh my god, I almost cut off my fucking arm. Okay, bye.